guys? Welcome to episode 321 of the Monday Night Wars. I am Chad Talks, and joining me, as always, is Jmack Gaming.
Oh, whoa, sorry, I fell asleep right there. I was told WCW was on air.
You stink.
No, this show stinks, Chad.
You stink.
No, let's get into it. This match stinks.
This match does stink. Why don't you explain it, though?
Well, Rick Steiner, he's backstage watching his big brother, younger brother, become world heavyweight champion or universal champion. And, he wants to get back in the ring. He hasn't really done much in-ring action in the last year. So he's like, let's get a pre-show match in. So he takes out Robert Mallett and gets a big win in 8-11 with a Flying Bulldog.
Oh, yeah. Good for Rick Steiner. And in this pre-show match, Debbie Malenko, Luna Vachon, the women's roster continuing to develop and shine in the pre-show bout with subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Debbie Malenko defeated Luna Vachon by pinfall.
There you go. Big win for Debbie Malenko.
Yeah. We are in the ring. Steiner and Goldberg celebrating. Absolutely celebrating. And they're celebrating the best way Scott Steiner and Goldberg like to celebrate. Scott Steiner says, now normally when people have something good happen to them, they celebrate. And sometimes they'll go and they'll eat a bunch of junk food. Maybe they'll go and they'll watch their favorite show. I'm not the genetic freak. I'm not Big Papa Bump. I'm a winner. I'm a champion. And when I win, I celebrate the only way I know how. And that's two ways. One, by hanging out with all my freaks. And then going to the gym and working out. And I already hung out with all my freaks all week after I won. So now, me and Goldberg, we're going to celebrate by working out. And they just start, working out. And then Juventude's music hits. Steiner picks up the weight and just chucks it to the side. He's like all puffed up. Juventude comes out. He says, Scott Goldberg, you sons of bitches. You attacked my friend, Psychosis. You beat him down. It's one thing to win a match, but you took out my friend. He's not here tonight. You know who is here tonight? Me. And you know what, Scott? I'm challenging you in the main event tonight. You versus me. And Scott Steiner, he laughs. He says, if I beat Chef Psychosis so easily, what makes you think I can't beat you? I mean, you never beat Psychosis. What makes you think you even deserve a match against Scott Steiner, Big Papa Bump? And then Juventude says, listen, if you're scared, I get it. I understand. And Scott Steiner says, Big Bad Booty Daddy's not scared of anything. If anyone should be scared, it should be you. Because you know, and I know, that if me and you got in the ring, it wouldn't even be close. Juventude says, what do you have to worry about? Why don't you try to beat me down, Scott? Why don't you try to fight me and take me out? Because I promise you, you will not put Juventude Guerrero down. Scott Steiner, he's just so mad. He's so upset that this guy would interrupt his celebration. So he says, you know what? We're on tonight. Juventude versus Scott Steiner. Universal Championship on the line.
All right, there. Hovey and Goldberg, Hovey and Steiner again.
And we've got our first of two second-round Cruiserweight Classic matchups. In a decent match, Chavo Guerrero Jr. defeated Shane Helms in 9:48 at pinfall. And Chavo advances to the third round, the semifinals of the Cruiserweight Classic.
The semifinals.
Not the semifinals. It'd be the quarterfinals, right?
No, it would be.
Oh, it's the semifinals.
Yeah.
No, it's the semifinals. Yeah, the semifinals.
Chad not knowing his own tournament. Love it. Love it.
I have so much written down, it's just hard to read when I'm looking at it from here. But anyway.
From here, what are you, 10 stories up?
Yeah, I'm looking at it from my neighbor's apartment. I've got binoculars. Stardust, cutting a promo. He's promoting himself. He's wearing a giant golden fur coat. He's got his giant golden wig. He's cutting a promo on it with his television championship, and he says, basically saying how on Rising Sun he doesn't have an opponent, and that's because nobody can hang Stardust. He's writing the perfect movie, and no one can handle his image. And Kurt Hennig comes out, and Kurt Hennig says, "Stardust, I am sick and tired of you. You got me beaten up by David Flair. David Flair, I should retire after David Flair beat me up. You know how embarrassing that is? But listen, I beat him last week. I made up for that. Now I gotta beat you. Ever since coming back to WCW, I've been waiting for that moment. And at Rising Sun, I'm going to take that moment when I beat you and win the television title for my second time since being back. Stardust, what do you say?" Stardust says, "If you want to be the action hero of my movie, you need to do something to prove it. I'll tell you what. Next week, you're going to take the Stardust Challenge. And if you complete that challenge, you'll get a television championship match at Rising Sun." What's the Stardust Challenge? I wonder.
I don't know. I don't know.
Either.
Ba-da-ba. Da-da-da-da. We move on.
All right. Next match, we've got a training dojo. It's Sensei Savage. He's working out Shannon Moore and Jamie Noble. He says, "Well, since you two aren't in the tournament anymore, I'm gonna have to get my show. I don't want to waste my time on losers. So we're gonna run and we're gonna train, and then we are going to get. We're gonna get back on the winning way. Listen here. I'm on Team WCW." But I need, and then I will say I need to focus a little bit more on coaching you, and that is on me. So I've got us in a tag team match tonight, and I tell you what, you better not disappoint me for a third time. You did it once, and then you did it twice. Don't do it thrice, or maybe I'll leave you here in the Honda Center. You can walk back home.
All right, so they got, what are they, in a tag match then, Chad?
They're in a tag match, yeah. Got a 40-1. Well, it did not do as good as it did the first time we had this match. And about that had subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. The Savage Dojo defeated Redacted when Jamie Noble pinned Alfred Snow with a diving leg drop. The entire time, Alfred Snow and Mike Barton kept arguing because Alfred Snow kept saying, "Tag me in, partner!" And Mike Barton was like, "Alfred, I'm not your tag team partner anymore. I've been teaming with Bob Holly. Why am I here?" But just Savage Dojo, they were able to pick up a win.
All right. Yeah, well, this match didn't do as well because these guys aren't as over anymore.
After the match, Randy Savage and his pupils they celebrate in the ring. They celebrate with the way Sensei Savage he goes in there, he high fives them both, and after he high fives, he says, "All right, now it's time to do jumping jacks and push-ups. We're training. We got another tag team match next week, and we gotta be ready for it. Oh yeah, now go, come on!" And they both groan. They're exhausted, but they start working out. You want to be big like Scott Steiner? You gotta work out.
All right, we move on. Oh, Lord.
We have a fatal four-way match for the 24/7 championship. And in a poor match, China defeats Little Guido, Buff Bagwell, and Sick Boy when China pinned James Mariotto with a power bomb and wins the 24/7 title, Justin, to China. I let the game decided, and she won.
China's the new champ.
New 24/7 champion, China. That's actually really sick. I love that. Here backstage, Rey Mysterio. He's in the back, and he's asked about Ray, what do you have to say about Scott Steiner? And he says, listen, He tagged Chef. That sucks. And, I told Chef I would never cash in on him. But last time I checked, Scott Steiner and Chef Psychosis, they're not the same person. Which means now I might just cash in on Scott. Listen, maybe after Juventud hits him in the head with a bell, knocks him out, maybe I'll pin him. And then Six says, I don't know about you. And he turns around and Six shows up. He's like, but it's getting pretty old of you just showing up here and saying, oh, maybe I'll cash in the briefcase. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll do this. Listen, Ray, no one cares. How about instead of talking and threatening to cash in, you just cash in? Or maybe you won't do it because I respect Chef Psycho. Or maybe you won't do it because you winning Money in the Bank, Luke, you know that you won't win a world championship if you cash in that briefcase. So you're holding on to your shred of your moment in the sun as long as you can. And Ray says, you know what, Six? I'll tell you what. If you really feel that way, guess what? I am sick of just hanging out in the back doing nothing. So how about tonight? I wrestle you, me and you, one-on-one. And I'll tell you what. If you beat me, maybe I'll give you the briefcase. Excuse me. He laughs and says, I'll see you out there, Ray. Ray versus Six.
Ray versus Six.
We have the last of our second round matchups. And about that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. AJ Styles defeats Jeff Hardy with a Styles clash and makes defense number 6 of the WCW Cruiserweight title.
Good little match.
AJ Styles is going on. So let's lay out the semifinal matchups. We have AJ Styles taking on Christopher Daniels, who has been on a huge roll of upsets lately, versus Chavo Guerrero and Dean Malenko.
There you go. One of those men will be the Cruiserweight Classic champion.
And in a good match, Rey Mysterio defeats Six with a springboard hurricanrana. And then after that, he holds up his briefcase high and he celebrates in the ring. Good for Ray.
Good for Ray.
We go up here. Ahmed and Jericho. I was like, listen, Jericho, come on, Chris, we really got to get back to work. I mean, come on. We vacationed enough. Monday night. Let's go to Nitro. Jericho says, I'll tell you what, Ahmed. I'm not done partying. I'll tell you what. If you want to come Nitro this upcoming week, I'll do it on one condition. Ahmed says, what's that? And he says, you have to beat me in a pie eating contest. We're on vacation. It's time for pie. And then the camera pans out. It's a table full of just pies. And I was like, where all these pies come from? And Jericho says, I already ordered them. We were going to do this anyway. But now there's steaks. And you know what they say? Any good contest is better with steaks. And so they lay them all out. He says, but we don't have any steaks. We have pie. So we're going to have to make the most of it with pie. So come on, Ahmed. What's wrong? Think you can't out-eat Chris Jericho? And Ahmed's just like, okay, Chris, sure. And they have a pie eating contest, and it's very intense. It starts drawing a crowd. People are all over watching this epic battle of eating masterfully. And it looks like Jericho was gonna get them, but Jericho ate so much he actually, Justin, he passed out from eating too much. Ahmed stands tall, stomach aching, full pie, and says, great, let's go back to work. And he grabs Jericho and says, we'll see you at Nitro. And the vacation is over.
Good.
And in about our main event, that had superb wrestling and great heat, Scott Steiner defeats Juventud by pinfall with a Frankensteiner after a distraction from Goldberg, and Scott Steiner makes defense number 1 of the Universal title.
There we go. And that's the end of Thunder. A 90, Chad.
A 90? Thunder did better than Nitro this week.
It's true. 2 banger of a matches than Thunder. That'll do it.
Yes. That will do it.
We'll see you guys.
All right. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see you for week 3. We are on the road to Mania. And the road, Rising Sun.
Mm-hmm.